Hello, welcome back to Derail Valley with Freddy, and we're back in Machine Factory. I've had a little bit of a play off camera. We're trying to get those red lights working. I think we're going to have to wait for night, but I don't think they're actually working. I've used the same switch that somebody else has used, so I must be doing something wrong. Not sure what it is, but I'll play with it another time. Right now, it is job time. We really need to get some more money. More money. So we could do those two shunting jobs. I don't think it's really worth it. I'm more inclined to take these two jobs down to City West and see if there's anything from City West going someplace better. I mean, Orwell North is pretty nice. Harbour in town could do. Could take the Harbour in town along with the City West and drop off the City Wests. Then we've got a job guaranteed to go to the Harbour. It's 132 minutes. Let's have a look. City West a sec. So ideally we want to reverse in, and they're both going to C. It's going to be ideal because we can actually go down here, past this point and reverse up into C. Yeah, I think that's going to be the better way to do it. So first I'm going to pick up this one for Harbour. Then what we're going to do, C2 and C3. I say we drop off in C3, pull forward, reverse into C2. I think that might be a good plan. It doesn't really matter. C3 is the short one. So let's do C2 next and C3. So we're going to get this one from B2, this one from B5, this one from B4. So, all nicely here. Oh, that makes a change. Right, so we are Machine Factory. So memory serves you right, which probably does. We're here. We actually need to spin around. There's two ways of doing this. Because our engines, I believe, at the moment, in fact, no, we are pointing. There's the military base. Military base is there. I think we're in. I've completely forgotten where we are actually in, so let's go and have an actual look. We're in C, right? And we're picking up from B. So we're C. Military base is here. We want to leave to the south. So we need to turn our trains around. This is where it gets interesting, because do we have enough space here to pull forward, reverse back up and round, pull up that way, and we can drive through, connect to B and leave to the south. Or we could just pull forward and so we can get in that way, we can pull forward and just go straight through D and reverse down to B. So we'll change that to a keep right. That's not going to matter. Keep right there. Right, let's have a look. See, we do actually have the room in front of military base to be able to do this. I reckon we do. I reckon we'll fit both D2s. D2s. No, we're not doing the D2s. DH4s. The two DH4s we got, I reckon we will get them reversed into there. So we can pull forward, go around, hook up at B. Yes, there's the plan. So as you can see, there's always a way to do it. The other option would have been to reverse down through C, reverse up, pull in, spin around on the turntable, pull back down and reverse down. I think this way is going to be quicker. So it's an idea for you guys if you do decide to play this game. There is always another way if that turntable is not available or your train, because you're towing something, is too big. You need to have a look at it because these maps can be deceptive. These are just an overview map, they're not to proper scale. So we are going to get this done because night is rolling in. I've not actually checked weather. Weather. Not so worried, weight's not going to be a problem. We are in for a dry night. So we're 108 tons, 180 tons, and 66 tons. Yeah, but not even one DH4 is going to pull that. We're not going to need to run both. Right, I'll get started up. Cows in the right place. Brake is off. Just check the back train. I'd like to confirm. Cutout is engaged because that's what we want. Brake is off. So, awesome. Shut that door now. The reason I shut it is because it just helps keep the in-game volume down a bit. More for you guys than for me because it doesn't bother me because it's playing through my headset. So, show you how this turn is done. Then I shall jump to when the train is fully assembled and we're ready to leave. There we can see the chronometer working. We are pretty much level. It will bounce a little bit, but it just gives us an indication of where the train is, what gradient we're on, so we can get an idea for throttle. That's purely what it's for. So I know this is to the north because the military base is on the far end of here. So we've come out this way, so that's north. As per that, we want to be going south. Right, so it's this one here. Brake there. Well, that is a keep right. So we should be keep right, and we're going to basically reverse. Keep right, reverse down here. Once we pass that signal, we can brake. And we're going to come up, come through D, and reverse down here to B. Because all three jobs are being picked up from B. Keep an eye on this speed. You don't want to be going too fast because the military base will catch up with us quick. So we're B, B, and B. So nice and easy on pickups for me this time round. Makes a change. And I shall try to break my current curse of getting lost. Freddy is getting a little irritated with that through his own mistakes. I've got no one else to blame but myself. It is what it is. You know, it makes for entertaining content if nothing else. Right, so we need to start slowing down now. I'm going to go hard brake. Get the remote out. And the reason for doing this, I don't want to smash into that back train stop. That would be a very, very bad day. There we go, we just about fit. So we change that signal now. I still will do it with whatever signals I've got available to me. So we're in Ford. Get the hammer down. So I'm going to run into D. D is going to be empty because it's the passenger platform. The passenger platforms are neither in use at the moment because passengers not implemented into the game. I'm going to pull right through, pass the second set of signals, and reverse back into B. Nice and simple. Right, I shall see you guys once our train's assembled. Okay, welcome back. So our train's fully assembled. So I'm going to be dropping off first in C3I in City West. So I'll set City West first. So that's going to be a keep right there, because that's the only one we need to worry about, because we need to go past this one first to be able to reverse. So C3I, so I'm going to keep left, keep right, keep left, straight into C3I. Drop these buses off, pull forward, reverse back into C2I, drop the cars off, and then we're set for Harbour. Okay, so oh, I'm on that one. Right, setting our points on the way. Try and do this so that I get this right. So we're going to keep right there. I'll try and get this right this time. You know how good I am at this. So straight one, keep right. We know coal power plant's good because we've just come through there and the points won't have changed. So if we're going for Harbour, we want to keep left there, into a keep right, into a keep left, onto that line, onto a keep left, onto a keep right, onto a keep left, and into Harbour. Hopefully I've not made any mistakes this time. The reason I've left the train here, just going to set that for Ford, is because the station is over here, so we haven't got that far to run to be able to go hand all these jobs in. I know it's a night run, night runs are not the best. So uncouple that one. I keep forgetting where my buttons are for these, so okay. So we'll give it a little bit of juice as we then play catch up with the train. It's quite a long train. I've worked out we're about 300 metres. Something's not sounding right there. There we go. That's better. We got a handbrake on. Not good. Certainly not the end of the world. And as you can see, it's a fair old length of train here. So I've only given it 2 bits of throttle, and we can catch it. You can hear the sound of the squealing brakes, and that's how we caught it. Right. So lights set, cab lights set. Yeah, these red lights aren't working. I have no idea what I've done wrong. I'll have to play with that at some point. Right, anyway, we're on a job. Let's get some hammer down. And let's get out of City West. And on to, out of Machine Factory and into City West. We're only going to run the single engine for this because the majority of this is all downhill. By the time we're actually needing power, when we're going to start heading towards the harbour, we're going to be shedding most of the weight of this load anyway, so we've got nothing at City West that's going to be of great interest to us. There we can see the clinometer there, down to -1. Let us know we're on a downhill stretch. You must remember, the bottom of this hill is a 30. So we're down nearly to -2 now. So we're saying -1.5, and we're actually -2. I'm going to kill throttle there, because it's a 60 ahead on a -1, it's saying. So we're burning up very, very little fuel. I reckon we're going to get all the way into Harbour comfortably on that fuel. Even if we do pick up something else, we can always switch the second engine on. It's not a problem. Very quick just to turn it on, you get that boost of power, carrying something of decent weight. In fact, we need to start breaking that down. It is a 60. And -2, we're on a keep left there, which is exactly what we want, because that's coal power plant on our right. Saying it at 80, but I want to keep this speed down so that when we hit the bottom of the hill, it's far less of an issue for getting it down to 30, because it is a 30 turn. Yep, we are on a keep right here because we just left coal power plant. Keep right will take us to City West. A little bit of an uphill, we use that to do some natural braking for us, plus the corner. There is physics of braking whilst going around the corner. We will bleed off some speed. That is good. And then we're into a -1.4 down. There we go, -1 or 8. So the weight of the train is actually going to start pushing us again. I don't really need to worry too much about the distance tracker at this point because we're just not going to be going that fast. Quite need that much brake. There's a bit of a downhill slog towards this. I think we can afford to just ease off on the brakes and just let it take us down. Slow ourselves down a bit. Hopefully be about 40 by the time we hit the bottom of the hill, and we can just slow it down enough to get past. So it's a very quick drop off, but there's 2 jobs to City West are basically paying for this whole journey and then some. So well worth our time just to do a quick hop down to City West and make the most of our money. We're going to have a quick pop into the shop at City West as well. I'll do that quickly off camera. I'll have a look through the jobs as well. See if there is anything worth us taking en route down to the harbour. So we may detour of what our initial planned route is. We shall see. We'll see what's available, what's worth our time in doing. I know you can actually come down this hill quite quick, but it's having that confidence to get the train slowed down and stopped for that 30 turn. I prefer to edge on the side of caution. You can see that red flickering light in the distance there. That is City West itself. So we're at 40 now. We're nice comfortable. We can see that turn coming, get it down to 30 and not worry about it. Now we could use the distance tracker for the point we're going past. I prefer to see the physical back of the train to make sure I have cleared it. I'm saying this is the corner that really does get a few people. So it's saying 60, yeah, for the turn, for the junction ahead, and it's just going to pop up and go, yeah, 30. This one really does like to catch you out. It is one of those sneaky little ones. There is a couple of them here in Derail Valley. One I've derailed on already, which was a 20. I'm intent on trying to catch me doing those. So there we go, 30. And just get the brake on. There we go, 32. That'll carry us round the corner. So we're basically looking for where this track here meets our main track. That junction is going to be where we're going to jump out. I've got a sneaky feeling this signal is going to be... Yes, it is on this side. So there we go. There's a signal. Let the train just run off into the distance. Keep an eye on speed here. I know it's going to be our battery. I ain't worried about it. Solar powered. Start to get a brake on there. Get this slowed down. Make sure we come back all the way past the signal itself. Because if you don't come past where the tracks actually join together, I think we haven't quite gone far enough forward there. And the signal won't change, you'll actually end up back the way you were coming. I can just change that there. Jump on the back. Chuck and reverse and off we go. Give us some beans because we are against the clock. Keep an eye as long as we go on that left one. All is good. Yep, going off onto the left. We're dropping off C3I. These 3 coaches. So that's what I'm looking for. Just like to monitor speed. So there's the shop over there. We'll get these jobs handed in first. So I keep right because left will be down to the service area. Don't want to go down there. So there's nothing on C3I, there's nothing on C2I. The signals are set straight for C3I. Nice. There's that DH6, the museum piece. We're keeping our eyes out for the museum pieces as of now. It will cost us to re-rail them. Then we just got to tow it back to the museum. So this isn't a particularly long one. Get the brake on now. Comfortably go a bit past it. Not an issue. Nice and quick. Handbrake on. Oh, don't let more than the air out. Back in the Ford. I think I actually need. Not this one, it's the next one, which is on the opposite frickin' side. Keep left, keep right. Roll off, brake, I'm way too far. So that come to a stop. Check and reverse. This one's a nice easy one because we got 3 very distinctive loads. We got buses, we got cars, and we got flatbed lorries or trailers. So nice and easy. Don't need to go wicked speed for this. What I'm looking for in the shop is extra lights for our DH4. Help illuminate up the night a bit. Help me and help you guys see as well. I'm not intent on doing too many night runs because I appreciate it is not that bright. It's in the stations, but let me know. Do you like the night runs? You're not a fan of the night runs? I'd love to know. For those that haven't seen, I did have a poll up on YouTube of would you like to see a VR episode, because this is a VR game I do have an Oculus Quest 2 VR headset. At the moment, we are 100%, 2 of 2 votes, for doing a VR episode. So I've actually got my VR headset on charge now. I'm intent on the next episode being a VR one. There's the station. I know the green light was over here. So job 4. Thank you, 28,000. Take that quite happily. Job 5. 23,000. So that's more than covered our whole run. We're at 324,000 now. I hate mess. Not going to be doing shunting jobs, even though those are quite, that's quite tasty, but hey. So we've got Oil Well Central, Oil Well North, goods factory in town. The only one that's really worth it is the Oil Well North, and we don't really want to be going Oil Well North. A food factory in town would be nice at 20,000. That's a lot for moving that. Mind you, it is a fair old distance and mostly uphill. That one to Oil Well North would be great. If we were looking for a job purely out of here, I would have done up to Oil Well North, up round here and into food factory. But we're not doing that. Right, I'll visit the shop and I'll see you back in the loco. Welcome back. And the shop didn't have the items I was looking for. So we're just going to head down to Harbour. Now those 2 jobs are handed in. Break off, because otherwise we'll blow traction motors. We don't want to do that. So, I'll do a little time lapse, and hopefully you'll soon know if I've gone the right way. See you soon. So here we are in the harbour. Made it, even though I did second guess myself at one point. Thankfully I realised I was wrong and I had set it right, so nearly continued the curse of the Freddy. So we can hand this job in now. See what time it is, because we are heading towards morning now by the looks of things. Around this fence. Nice, so that's another 36,000. So that brings our total now up to 360,000. Tasty. I won't be doing that job. So, I'm going to pause it here. I'm going to sort out all these jobs to what I think will be good. Oh, that would be nice. Oh, about 50,000. Fragile 1, Hazmat 2. Ooh. What I would like to do is start taking you guys off to different places. Oh my giddy. That's just caught my eye. 564 tons. All up to iron ore mine west. 100,000. Oh, tasty. It's only a long 2. Now 564 tons, whilst we're looking at it, is well within the capacity of this train. I would run both engines for getting up the hill. Because don't forget, it's 564 tons of load plus 2 DH4s at 77.5 tons each. Which would take us over the 600 tons on a 2%. So just to give us the comfort, I would run both engines for that. But we didn't have 2 engines, we wouldn't be able to do this, and especially at that price. So Iron Ore Mine West, that's all the way up here. That's a big old run. Ooh. But that is big money. So what I'll do is I'll pause the video here, I'll sort through all this lot, and we'll jump back in. I'm also going to pop to the shop, and it's 5 o'clock in the morning, so weather's going to change shortly as well. So, see you in a minute. Right, slight change of plan. I've decided, being that we're probably going to be pulling some weight out of here, on a big run as well, decided to repair both locomotives, and that is going to cost us a total of 12,755. So, nice and tasty. Both locomotives fully refueled, fully repaired. Awesome. Right, see you over at the shop and we'll decide what we're doing. Station. I'll see you over at the station and we'll decide what we're doing. Okay, so I've got myself into a little bit of pickle jobs-wise. Because there is a number of very good jobs here. All with really good pay. Now, one up to Iron Ore Mine West, we're definitely taking. That is 100% going. We are going to take that job, no problem. So we're going to Iron Ore Mine West. So we've got options of Machine Factory, which there's 3 jobs here to go to Machine Factory. We've got the farm, because we could come out the harbour, come up this way, divert round this way into the farm, and then continue on. Now they're not bad. The problem is this big job requires Hazmat 2, and we don't have Hazmat 2. To get Hazmat 2, that'll be 130,000. No, it's a 50,000 job. But when you look down here, there's a 52,000 job for going into Machine Factory in town, and it's less of a route. Now we could also divert up, sort of come up along this way, bypass the goods factory, hit this way, come round into food factory, then cut across to Iron Ore Mine West. But I think that's a heck of a journey and a lot of hill climb all the way round. That corner's particularly nasty. That's all a downhill going that way, uphill coming this way, I think. So it's a lot of going the long way around to get to where we want to go. So I don't think, even though the price is good and we have the relevant licenses, I think the food factory is out. So it leaves the farm and machine factory in town. There is a shunt job here for 24,000, but thinking about it now, pass. I honestly think, being so we haven't got the license, bye-bye farm. I think it's just a bit more hassle out the way rather than a straightforward run, basically going exactly back where we were going to go, and we are literally going to drive through machine factory, drop off these jobs and on to Iron Ore Mine West. So the main thing we've got to work out now is our weights. Now, we are due for rain, so that does change things a little. So we're looking at a maximum of 1 ton, up at 2%. So we have got 2 engines. I actually get my calculator out. 77.5 tons plus a job at 564 tons. That's 719 tons. Now, quite honestly, there you can hear the rain. If this was dry, I wouldn't even consider this a challenge. It would be, yeah, we're going to take these 2 jobs and we're going to push the ever-living bejesus out of the engines on both and drop both off. I think given the fact it's raining, so we had 297, 1,016 tons just to take that middle one. I reckon we can run that risk in the rain. 2 engines. I reckon that is the way forward. One for the 2 engines, I'd be looking at taking both of these and really pushing it. But I think we're going to be going this one first, this one second. So we're looking nearly 160,000 just on the basic before we even get to the bonuses for time delivery. So, that being said, I'm going to set our points, which are all set already because we've just come from Machine Factory, so it should all be good. Come out of here, I'm going to keep right, keep left down this line, keep right, keep left, keep right, past City West and that 30, keep left, up into Machine Factory, that one doesn't matter, and we go straight into Iron Ore Mine West. Right, so we are dropping the one at Machine Factory into C3I. C, keep right, keep left, C3I. Hopefully that's empty, we can drive straight in, drop it off, straight out the other side. Bonus. Check there's no points we need to worry about there. No, because we can just drive straight out of C, straight past and be gone. So Iron Ore Mine West, we are going to be dropping in B2I. Well, that's easy. We're coming in from this side into B. We keep right, keep right, keep right, keep right, keep left, B2I. Bonus. So that's nice and simple and straightforward. So, next thing, go hook these beasties up and we can actually see whether or not we can do this in the wet. Of course, it's not going to dry up till about midday, which will be after we're through the worst of the climb. Blessed be our fun. Right, so we got E70 and E20. So by chance as well, they're both in the same place. So, Harbour. We're in E, so we're currently here. So we're going to come out and just reverse straight back. So that's going to be a keep left, keep left, keep left, into E. So our first one is E70. Keep right, keep left, E70. And our second one, because we can set the other points, is E20. So that's going to be keep right, keep left, keep left, keep left. So that's set, so we can just reverse in, pick that up, pull forward, reverse in, pick that up, pull forward, and get the frick out of here. Right. I shall see you when I've got this all hooked up. See you in a minute. Okay, so welcome back. We're all hooked up. As you can see, the wireless is charging, so I'm going to keep that out for a minute. The reason I've left the train here is one, because it is freaking huge. We are 422 meters. So I'm going to set that on our distance tracker. So we're going to go 400. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's 4. I'm going to start the second engine now, because this is going to be a slog and a half. The reason I've left it all the way back here is one, we're not that far from the station, and two, I want as much of a run up as we can get, because we're going to need to get as much power down to get up that hill as we possibly can. So, what I'm going to do, because it's wet, start the engine off going. We're going to want to get as much speed as we can get. As you can see, with 2 engines running, it's like better. The rain has eased off a little bit. So we'll see how we get on. I know we're set on all our points for getting out of here, getting up to Machine Factory, and from Machine Factory will be a straight run to Iron Mine West. So I'll start a time lapse and I'll see you there, hopefully. Alright guys, and welcome to Iron Ore Mine West. So I'm going to switch that engine off now. As you can see, we went through about a third of our fuel. About 2/3 left. So that'll be the same for both engines because they've both been running the same. Yeah. Right. Drop this off now. Back to handbrake first. As you saw, we got 79,000 for dropping off that first load, so that was well worth doing it. You may notice the climb out of Harbour was a little challenging, shall we say. We made it, but it was challenging. So let's see how much we get for handing this lot in. It's not a very big station, this. We get 155,000 handing this in, bringing our total to 575,000. Oh, that is tasty. Now, there's never many jobs out of here. What I am noticing is there's potentially, ooh, that's about a ton there, down to steel mill, which is the obvious place from here. So I'll have a quick look around and we'll go from there and we'll decide what we're doing. Probably end the episode here, but I'll have a quick look and I'll be back with you. Okay, so I've had a quick look around, mainly just to check that there's no museum pieces here, because what I'm on the lookout for is the museum DH4 and also the museum DE2. So having a look at those, I've got the D6 and the S060440 already marked down where they are currently located. The DE6 is something we'll get into when we get the DE6. Financially, we're looking good at the moment. At 575,000, but to restore just the museum DH4, we're looking about 300,000. So although we got 575 and it looks quite good, and wave goodbye to 300,000 of that pretty much straight away. Now remember where the cars are that we require for it, and they are at City South, where the museum is. So the one thing on the map, there is always a pin where we are, so it's easy to remember where you are. And our next run is probably going to take us down to steel mill. Now I think the best way for us to go to get from here to steel mill, rather than trying to faff around, turn around, come down this way, come all the way through farm and all that, is to actually just run across the north. Straight across the north, through food factory, down to here, hang a right, and down into steel mill. I think that's going to be the better way, the quicker of the two ways as well. But that's going to be for next episode. I think this one's gone on more than long enough. So we shall leave it here, and I shall see you all next one, which should be the VR one, if I can get it set up. I intend to. So hopefully our next episode will be virtual reality down to the steel mill, and that'll be fun and games, because that's going to be pushing close to max weight. Good fun, like a challenge. Right, till next time, see you again soon.